hit play on that.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Ham Gaming Podcast. I am Austin.
And I am Matt. And again, we do not have Hayden. So back from popular demand, we have Darren with us again to fill that gap.
Thank you.
With all his
Thank you.
gaming knowledge. And I'm going to be honest, Darren, I was actually quite surprised with your gaming knowledge. I wasn't expecting such good quality, detailed information of you're just like a plethora. Usually it's Austin that's our gaming like guru, but you were you were putting to work. You guys were kind of going back and forth, doing really well.
Yeah.
So
I don't let people know 100% what's in my brain. Keep them guessing. Because once your expectations are high, you're always falling low. It's just how it works.
Because looking at you, nobody would think you're smart. So I mean, it works
yeah,
out.
Exactly. Which is funny because that's the same thing I strive for in literally everything I do. Ignorance is bliss. If people don't think you don't know nothing, they don't ask you what you know.
But no, we really appreciate Darren coming back so we can keep with the three of us talking gaming and all that kind of fun stuff and what we have going on. And we're going to kind of kick off this podcast today with, again, talking about games that we are playing and having some fun with. I know for me personally, I'm playing a few different games. We were doing New World for quite some time, and then COD came out, and so we kind of jumped back off of that or took a little break. We'll talk more about COD as we kind of move forward, but I started recently getting back into some Medieval Dynasty. I wanted to kind of slow things down a little bit with some gaming, and that's just one of those games. Again, I just really enjoy the aspect of building and farming and just kind of creating these things from in a really slow paced kind of game where we were doing COD, which is very fast paced game and things like that. There's a lot happening all at once with that and in a multiplayer setting, and so I wanted to kind of jump back and just take a little break, just enjoy some gaming and enjoy that aspect. And I really like the Medieval Dynasty. I don't like the story really that much. I think it's really cheesy storyline if you play the campaign mode. But they have it's not necessarily a new mode, but it's a mode that they came out with. I think it's called Oxborough or something like that, where you can play a multiplayer version. And so you could have, I think, up to 4 players play at one time. And you just kind of do your own kind of thing. You can pick a proper piece of land away from the main villages and start settling it as your own. And so I just kind of look at it as like I'm a settler just kind of coming here from out of nowhere. I'm going to find a plot of land and start cultivating it, start calling it my own, doing some hunting, doing some fishing, and just kind of getting into that. And so with this new mode, you can kind of you don't have to do the story mode stuff, which, as I told you, is kind of lame in that setting. The story's nice because it does teach you the game. With Medieval Dynasty, it's just slow. It's very methodical in that part of it. And since I already knew how to play the game, I didn't want to get back into that part of it. So I've been liking some Medieval Dynasty. We got into.
Not to interrupt you. Have you ever played it's called I can't say the name. It's called Chivalry 2. I think is how you say it. Have you ever played that?
You mean Chivalry?
Yeah. Have you ever played that? I don't want to hear any of it. That's why I asked. I should have just put the name up on there. I even had Siri pronounce it a couple times. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, have you played that? Because that's a game. Because it's basically kind of, and for Austin, in case you don't know, it's kind of like a first person. It's like a first person For Honor without any goofy stuff. It's very realistic. Yeah. I like that a lot.
I do like the Shiver game. I did play it a few different times. I kind of like the whole. I mean, it's like a team deathmatch type game, multiplayer game. But I did like the concepts of the blocking, using swords and shields and bows and spears and that kind of stuff. I did like the format of it quite a bit. It's got a little bit of like a ragdoll-y type feel to it, the way the movements are.
When you die, it's super dramatic.
yeah. And so the combat in Medieval Dynasty is identical, pretty much the exact same. But I do like that game, and I think there's a game. It's a part 2. Maybe Austin, you can help me with the name of it. Oh gosh.
Not Trivalvity.
No, no, it's
No,
not
not
that.
that.
It's like medieval. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you mean the
Um,
Kingdom game?
Kingdom. Yes,
Deliverance or
yes.
whatever?
Kingdom Deliverance. Yep,
Something like that.
exactly.
Let me double
And I
check.
same thing. I really like the combat play of it because it's very realistic looking. Like you're using a sword and you're guarding and blocking and you can stab with it and like it just reminds me of like a game that I talked about in a previous podcast was the Road to the Colosseum, the Gladiator game. It had really great physics when it came to that combat with weapons, melee weapons. That this does the same thing. It has a really great feel and concept to melee weapons. The Medieval Dynasty game does, but so does the Kingdom Deliverance or something like
Something
that.
like that. It's
Um, yeah, I haven't played the first one. I saw the second one recently is coming out or is out,
coming
and so
out, I think,
I'm pretty
next year.
excited about that. But another game that we've been playing and I refuse to play by myself, but is Phasmophobia, and so that's been a lot of fun playing Phasmophobia with you guys and with Hayden when he's been playing with us. But
I think
just
Phasmophobia is my favorite like friend group game.
yeah, yep,
Like
absolutely.
there's nothing better than like getting locked in the house with like the boys and like seeing which one of us dies. Like I just love that.
Or seeing someone like rage at the ghost and then leave, then someone else dies.
Yeah, yeah. Or like
Yeah,
well,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm like talking shit to the ghost, and then like I'm like, well, this is boring. It's not even gonna show us something. I watch Austin die, which
uh,
it happens. It happens to the best.
yeah.
But love Phasmophobia. Super happy
Phasmophobia
it's
has
coming to
been
console.
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've been seeing other people that have been playing it and doing some little recordings of it and stuff like that. And it's just hilarious to watch your buddy just start screaming because they're terrified of this game.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, as you said, it's a great game to play as a group. Um, and I do have some footage of the game, one that me and Hayden recently played. I think it'll probably be easier if I just download it and we just share it on the on the channel.
Okay.
Kind
Yeah.
of go from there, and that way people can just
Yep.
kind of watch it. But it's just a blast game, and the way we we recorded it was like we kind of role played it, like we were like ghost hunters going into the house and stuff like that, and so it's just kind of fun to do that part of it. But the other
I
game,
think
of
if
course, COD. But what I'm looking forward to, which I'm going to be downloading probably when we're done talking here, which is Farm Sim 25. So
yeah, I
gonna
was waiting
be
for that one. I was
gonna
waiting
be
for that
getting
one.
back into some Farm Sim. Again, just another one of those games where you just kind of like Medieval Dynasty, like just kind of block out the other
Oh
stuff,
yes,
block out some
very
of the
very
noise,
similar.
and get in there and start,
No, I get it.
because
It's like it's
you can farm, but
you.
it's much faster paced than
I get what you're
farming.
saying.
Yeah,
It's
It's a
a
game where
comfort
you
game.
just
It's a comfort
yeah.
game.
It's a
yes,
game where
it's a
you can turn
comfort
off
game.
your brain. You don't really have to not try harding so hard like on Black Ops, or whatever. You kind of just turn your brain off and you're having fun.
Yes. Yep,
As a
exactly.
person that farms, I think Farm Simulator is harder than running an actual tractor. I wasted. What was the last one that came out? 22. I
I think
bought
it was, yeah.
like the big like premium edition of Farming Simulator 22, and like I never found out how to lower the head of the combine. Like, I rage quit because I couldn't figure out how to like harvest with the combine.
You're like, I know how to farm. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
I was like, I can literally walk outside and do this easier than I can at my Xbox. I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. But like you said, it's
Whatever.
like, I don't have to be hitting all these buttons and like, constantly kind of having that pressure. I can just enjoy a good quality game.
Yep.
I think, their ability to create a game that has over 400 different types of vehicles and brands and have a pretty large scale map, and you can cultivate
And mod support.
Oh, yeah.
and mods, yeah, and the mods on there, yeah, that's a great addition to be able to have that on the game too, and just kind of do some fun stuff. And so I just kind of get into it, kind of get out of your brain a little bit, just focus on what's happening. And it's a little bit like like kind of soothing relaxation type thing. It's kind of like watching those. You have those little things on your table where you like have sand and a little rake, and you kind of move it around and stuff like that. It's kind of just satisfying. That's how I feel when I play the game. I just kind of have this like satisfying feeling from it for those types of things. But so those are the games I'm currently playing. Not a lot. Really trying to stick to 1 or 2 games that can just kind of to move forward in the game and progress more than just kind of starting one and kind of jumping away to something else. And so that's what I'm trying to do a little bit more, and that's what I've been doing with Medieval Dynasty, and of course some Call of Duty, which we'll talk about after this segment. But what about you, Austin?
Right now, kind of same with you. Call of Duty has been taken up a little bit. I'm trying to get back into New World, because I actually really, really do love that game. Last time I checked, I was level 55. I'm like getting close to max level. And then you can actually play the game. When you hit max level, you do all the fun raids, the dungeons, and everything. The big boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
The few times that like me and Matt played they weren't considered dungeons. What were they called? Expeditions?
They're called expeditions, but they're basically dungeons. I mean,
they're basically dungeons. Those were so much fun. Like the fact that people like randoms actually joined, they actually helped out. If you died or whatever, if you need healing, you had your healing. It's such a fun game. Like I can't wait to get back into it. I haven't really been playing a lot of games besides just like Call of Duty and that. Because unfortunately, with Call of Duty, it's so much to download. You have to delete everything else.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of...
I had to delete Black Myth Wukong. I had to delete Warhammer. I had to delete everything. So that's a big bummer. Give it another like 3 weeks. I'll probably get sick of Call of Duty, and I'll probably delete that and bring the rest back. But it's just so right now, just those two. There's a few games I'm excited for. I'm excited for. There's a game coming out. There's a game already out, and I'm gonna be getting it in exactly like 48 hours. It's Tectonica. It's a new factory simulator game, and it looks so much fun. I can't wait. It's not like the other game that everyone crapped on me for. It's
Would you like to screen share that game?
If I can, let's see what happens. I won't show any game.
Show the old game. I want to see the old game footage.
The old game was. I love that game. Okay, you crap on it, but that game was so much fun.
What you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to do a comparison between the two.
Yeah. Well,
I can tell you right now, Tectonica is probably gonna end up being more, because the other game. I mean, yeah, the other game was great, but it's very. I mean, you guys saw it. It's very old school graphics, top down. Not a whole bunch going on. I'll show this Tectonica because I'm not gonna show any videos.
One of my favorite like video games to watch like Markiplier play as a kid was a factory game where like the one where you got like when Santa kills all the elves and like you gotta clean up all the blood and zombie or body parts. I really like that game, so I'm sure it probably has a lot to do with Tectonica.
That's a little dark, but okay.
It's pretty fun game.
So this is like. You have base building, you have mining. It's a big you start with there's a copper of ore. You have to break the ore down and get ore stuff, and you keep on going until you have a whole factory of it. And Matt, I know you were saying before, if this looked anything, it's a lot different than the other game, right? It's first person. It's way more colorful. It looks way more polished. Maybe more cost more money to make. I'm excited.
Do not click that link in that picture. You're not getting the game for free with Kingpin. That's a virus.
No. So this is Tectonica. I'm excited for it.
On Game Pass.
It's not on Game Pass. I checked. It's
not. No, that's right.
No,
it's a different game you're telling me about.
Didn't it just say it was on Game Pass underneath that one picture? Or maybe it said it might come someday. This seems like a very Game Pass game. Why would this not be a Game Pass game?
I agree. It should be Game Pass game. You're thinking of Lightyear Frontier, Matt.
No, I'm thinking of a different game that we were talking about yesterday that you told me to download so we could play.
What the hell?
Let me check here. Who makes Tectonica? Let me double check.
Well, $30. I mean, that's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not a full price game. Not even close. It's been on Steam since last year. Yeah, first person factory automation game. I'm excited to play it. It's coming out. It's already out on console. Firehouse Games developed it, or developers. And yeah, I'm excited to play it. I like this kind of games. They're fun. You can turn your brain off and just kind of just play and have fun. And with how hooked I got into the other game, I can just imagine how crazy hooked I'm gonna get on this game. And so yeah, I'm excited to play that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I feel like I have to think more with those games because the stuff you got to build and
just. I mean, for a little bit, sure, and then once you kind of figure it out, your brain just turns off and you're just going. You don't realize it. I'm excited to play that. There really isn't a lot of games that I'm looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to like a lot of games coming down the line. But besides that, that's pretty much it for me. Darren, what about yourself?
Besides COD, which I'm gonna beat a dead horse with COD. Only person in our group that has max prestige. Thought I'd point that out, and the only one that has a gold camo. But
That's
it's
not
all
true.
from
I got
it's
two
all from
gold
zombies.
guns. I got two gold
Okay,
guns.
that's fair. All right.
And I'm max prestige. Yeah.
Anyway, you weren't last night when we played, so in my defense, gotta fact check me like that. Besides that, only 2 games I've been playing. One is actually Matt. I told Austin, but Matt, you'll be very proud of me. I uninstalled Madden. I, of all people, have finally given up on Madden. It has been so freaking awful. Like, before uninstalling it yesterday, the last time I played it is like when Jameis Winston got a quarterback card, and like I bought it purely for memes, and I didn't even like play with him or nothing. Like I literally just got it because they were like dumb enough to give him a card. So I went back on the game and I bought that. But still love NCAA. I feel like NCAA, they still put a lot of passion into it, and like that, like they very much still want to like try to keep that going. So they still put a lot of effort into that game, and like there's hundreds of college teams on that game. So like if I ever get bored, I'll just select random team, and I'll play as like Army versus East Coastal Carolina, like, and just have fun with the awful, shitty playbooks and awful players. So that's been really fun. That's been like my turn my mind off game. And then the second game I've been playing, which isn't a surprise if you've been paying attention to our conversations lately, I've been playing a lot of Batman Arkham Knight. Been trying to study the ways of the Batman, so I've been playing that a lot because that's one game that now that because look, 2015, I would have been a 6th grader when that game came out. So back then I was just like, oh, it's a Batman game. But now playing it, like actually like paying attention to it, it's kind of an emotional game. Like Batman struggles with like grief of killing Joker because Joker was like kind of secretly his best friend, and like all this other stuff. How like you're secretly turning into Joker the entire time.
Well, yeah, it's that. I mean, with Batman, as someone who's a big like DC nerd in general, like that's one of Batman's biggest things was, it's not the fact like why hasn't he never killed Joker? It's the fact that he tries his hardest not to kill him, because then as soon as he kills Joker, it's easy to kill every other villain.
Well, even that, like, what is Batman without Joker? Like, Joker keeps that man employed. Like, Arkham City was Joker. Arkham Asylum was Joker, like, taking over the asylum. And then at the end of that, you kill him.
Yeah. Steroid Joker.
Yeah, you kill him. And then the last one's just...
It's like when Megamind killed... whatever, Mega Man or whatever,
Yeah.
Like he was lost without his arch enemy. You got to have your arch enemy to keep things going.
Great games, though, Great games.
Going through playing. I've never played Arkham City and Arkham Asylum all the way. I remember playing them as kids, just like another thing. Like whenever my uncle would just get bored or like want to watch me struggle play a video game, he'd throw me the controller. But I never never really comprehended the story. So I've been trying to go back and play the Batman.
I will say games. One of the best.
Arkham Origins is my favorite, though. That's the one I have played.
Darren, you have to help me here. How do I say this? One of the best counters in a video game, like when an enemy is gonna hit you, and you hit triangle or Y and you counter it. Probably one of the best, because you can just keep pushing that button and they're all dead.
The combat in that game, the combat system in that game is so good. Like,
So
because
good.
it's all melee, obviously. Because like
Yep.
the only range that weapon you have is like if you throw the batarang at somebody to
Yeah.
like confuse them for a second. But
That's
no,
kinda-
it was so good.
That's
Like,
what I was
even
going to
think
kind of
it's
say
like
too. Like the combat in the game, it never seemed to be repetitive
Mhm.
when you played. It just
Yeah.
kind of felt very all like kind of natural and reactive.
it was
And how it was.
satisfying.
And
It was
yeah,
always
so yeah,
satisfying.
that was the thing I think I liked about. I think I only played Asylum
Oh,
for like a
you
little
gotta
bit.
be-
I think
oh,
I
they're
had
all
like
good.
I think I had it a trial, like a
Mhm.
Arkham trial or something, and I played it. And I just
Those
remember
games are
thinking,
on sale so much. You can
really
probably get
like
all
the
3 of them for
combat.
like $5.
I was gonna say I have the 4 of them on my Xbox 360, and I got all 3 of them for $12 total when they like
That's why
when
whoever
something happened.
the company who makes these games, Arkham. Yes, there's a new Arkham out. Can you not make it for the Quest 3 and please make it for console?
Yeah,
Please.
dude, that made me so upset because it actually looks good. It looks
I heard
awesome.
it's actually I heard it's fun.
I
heard it's actually fun on the
me off.
Quest. I heard it's actually fun on it.
But I will say one thing, kind of before we move on from the topic. Arkham Knight was very much like an Uncharted. Arkham Knight, I think, was such a perfect ending for those games. Like, gosh, I love that game. I love it. I someday I will be cool enough to be both Bruce Wayne and Batman. But right now I'm just there.
You know, Austin, you should download that on the VR headsets that you have. The
So
new ones.
guess
that
what? All three of them get that game for free. So
there you go.
So you
That's what I'm
got
saying.
you got to take
Better
one.
download them.
Anyway,
yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah.
to go into my
yeah,
my
thank
next
you. Your last
little
thanks.
segment, I got to take the dog because we're not talking about tourniquets.
Nope.
We're not.
Not
or-
right now.
or
Not this.
Dr.
Not
Pepper.
this podcast.
I
That's our next podcast.
have a hobby that no one would probably guess about me, but I'm a huge retro gaming guy. I kind of it's one of my things where I kind of love collecting video games and like having games more than I like playing games.
Yeah.
Like I love seeing my shelf get full of crap I don't even know existed. And in this little haul I have, there's a couple of those games that I'm just like, well, I got all these as a package deal, so like 2 of them like make absolutely no sense for me, and then the other 3 are like classics. So a month ago, well, during our last episode, which was almost 3 weeks ago now, made a purchase.
They were
Not
supposed to
talking
be
about
here.
the DK
then.
Oldies one. This is not the DK Oldies package. We
Oh.
can maybe get it done. I will say everything came okay. Discs had no scratches on them.
Just
I took
took
the
forever.
Xbox apart. No doubt. That package took forever, but that was because of UPS, because a hurricane. Which still a horrible excuse,
Oh.
by the way. If there's a hurricane in Florida, there's no reason why a package coming from Philadelphia takes 3 weeks when you pay for 2-day shipping. All right?
Eagles
I
fan.
could have walked there. Anyway, so I got this. I already have one. I bought this broken Super Nintendo because I've been trying to like experiment. Very, very aesthetically pleasing.
Look at
mind
that
you.
thing.
Very clean, but it's got the black screen of death. So like whenever I put it will turn on and the screen will display for a couple seconds, then it'll turn back off because I have one of those AV to HDMI connectors.
Yeah.
So
do you
I gotta.
do you know what you should do with that one? Because you said it's broken, right? Well, almost broken, pretty much. You should buy one of those Raspberry Pis and then put it in it.
Oh, that would be
so
be
that
sick.
everyone thinks it's just a normal system, and when you turn it on, it's actually a Raspberry Pi with like a million games on it.
I should think about that.
You should definitely do that.
But there's some.
I'll come and play Paperboy on it.
3 of them you should recognize because like I got them because they're like certified classics. Super Scope 6. I have no idea what this is. Just came with the little bundle I got.
Super Scope 6?
Yeah, I don't even like. I'm
never
I'm
heard
like.
of it.
I'm kind of afraid
Look
to like
at that
put this one
cartridge,
in.
though. Just look at that.
Yeah,
Oh,
cool.
man.
Clean,
Yes.
very clean, very
That
clean.
brings
I'm
me
afraid
back.
to put
That
this one
brings me
in
back.
because like this seems like a type of game that like a horror movie's made from. Like
Super
Super
Scope.
Nintendo
Shit.
Super Scope
This
6.
is the
like,
game.
that's
This is the
terrifying.
game where you needed the actual like gun, the big one, the
Oh.
big like rocket launcher gun,
Okay.
So you're a
like the
sniper?
big one. Yeah,
Another-
pretty much has a scope attached to it and everything.
Dang. So I'm just poor.
You didn't get the gun.
No, I had no idea.
Well, the gun itself is $150, so
Oh, there you go, Darren. Just buy it.
Put it in the cart.
Put it in the cart.
Anyway, another one probably might know. Sim City. Got this certified Nintendo Gold.
That was on Super Nintendo.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
This is a million seller. It says it on the little People's Choice, a million seller.
Oh wait, yeah.
City.
Is this? So this is the city builder.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
You're thinking of SimCity, the
people. Yeah, that's what I was like. There was a people version of SimCity and Super Nintendo. No way.
Darren, you need to go online and try to find like the cases for these games.
I know
But the case is going to cost you like a lot of money.
I've also kind of been having the same internal battle over this stuff.
Just like Batman.
Xbox, yeah. Yeah, I just like my Xbox 360 games. That's the main thing I'm collecting right now is Xbox 360 games. Do I spend the $8 getting a perfectly fine case and disc, or do I spend $25 getting a manual with it? So like that's kind of been my dilemma.
Yeah,
I mean, because right now I'm like, oh, it makes no sense for me to have a manual. But I know in like 10 years from now, when the prices skyrocket because the backward, like right now, I've been really trying to capitalize on the Xbox 360 store just crashed, so like everyone's trying to get these games.
Yep.
So that's kind of like the part that sucks. Obviously, it's not the end of the world though, because backward compatibility on the Xbox is kind of like one of their big main things. But as soon as they stop supporting the 360 backwards compatibility on the Xbox Series X, it's gonna skyrocket even more. So I've kind of been going back and forth of like, right now my mentality is I'd rather just get a copy of a game than get a manual copy. Just because, like, okay, I spend, for example, the most expensive game I've bought so far was Black Ops 1, which was $13. The in-manual one, because this was a three weeks ago, right before Black Ops 6 came out, the manual version was $35. Like, for me, it's like, I could buy, like when I ordered 18 games, it was $123. And some of them came with manuals and some of them didn't. So it's like, it's kind of like one of those deals where it's like, hey, you just gotta know what you're looking for. But right now, my mentality is just get the games, don't worry about the other crap. But I know, like, 10 years from now, I'll be like, man, I wish I would have bought the other
You're gonna want all of it, because if you're looking to...
I'm also a very, people know this,
stuff.
Especially the person that manages all of my financial decisions, who's going to watch this. She knows I'm a very impulsive person. If I see something I want, it's going to be mine. So that's kind of the problem with that too. But anyway, back to the very first Super Mario Kart.
Oh yeah,
very hard game. Hard game compared to the new ones. Like the 2D steering, not good.
No, it's not. It's
my favorite Mario game. Because if you didn't know this, my boy Yoshi, Super Mario World, where like the whole thing is taming Yoshi's favorite Mario game. And then last one, I think the best Super Nintendo game of all time, and arguably probably one of the best like video games of all time before like the modern generations came out.
Mortal Kombat.
No, it's Zelda.
Zelda. Oh yeah. Yep, 100%.
Awesome. And
which one is that one? Sorry.
A Link to the Past.
What is it? A Link to the Past?
A Link to the Past, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was more of a Killer Instinct guy on the Super Nintendo than I was on Mortal Kombat, because I thought the characters were goofier and funnier. Because like you could play as like a Velociraptor and like a Bane guy. And...
Scorpion was my favorite.
Speaking of, while Darren's been like talking about these games, I've been looking online on like how some of these have been rated. So the game that Darren had, the one he just showed, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, for the Super Nintendo. If you would have that in the case, okay, and get that graded by the grading scale company, an 8.5 grade scale, which is what an A, sells for $25,000.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Which the thing about the gaming world, I also have come to recently understand,
and the manual
is because I've kind of been treating video games right now as stocks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Another
100%.
thing, and I've kind of been found this out. If a game, I'm trying not to say this without just sounding like I'm shitting on your statistic, Austin. There's a game that this guy's been struggling to sell for like a year because he's like, oh, this is worth $120. If you can't sell it for $120, it's not worth $120.
Oh yeah,
like
no,
I hate
100%.
like
Yeah.
the people that the sharks. This is a very sharky thing. Like,
I mean, the PS5 Pro that just came out, people are already trying to sell it and flip it for like $1,500.
Yeah, that's insane. Like one game right now, that I kind of feel bad because I'm not gonna say I sharked them. I got a really good deal, but I'm not gonna sell it for a profit. Like, there's a difference between like scamming someone to get it. Like, I didn't scam them; they just didn't know what they had. That's whatever. Anyway, so there's a DS game. My favorite DS game of all time. It's Aliens Infestation. It was like the only Alien like actual like movie port that was ever on that. And right now, in box and everything, it sells for about $100. I got it for about 12.
I mean,
and like as long as like it's not even like it came with the case, but like no manual or nothing because I didn't care because I mean I already got it. But it's just I hate how and like those people that are trying to sell it for 100, no one's buying it.
yeah.
It sucks that like people set a price so high because it's like people like when they were like, oh, I remember that game, I want it. Like people are starting to sell the nostalgia of like Aliens because like it's a big thing. Movie just came out, TV show just came out, and like if no one's buying it for that price, yeah, because if you have it, you're not going to sell it for cheaper.
No, yeah,
you don't want because you don't want to miss out. But at the same time, if no one buys it, it's not worth fucking $100.
It's the same thing as like if you are a collector of comic books or pretty much any pop culture thing, shoes, literally anything. Like you have a firm price on it, and it might take you forever to sell it, but you'll have like that one person who'll be like, yes, I will take that for this much money.
Well, yeah, a lot of it too is like the nostalgia and like that. Like if people see a video game and they're like, "Oh, I found my like for me, I found my old 360 and like I want to buy all my old games." People are gonna buy it. Like people are gonna be like, especially now with like how awful video games are, and like COD. One thing I was gonna touch on it earlier, but we kind of moved on. The highest gigabyte game for the Xbox 360 was Halo 4. You know how many gigs it was?
15.
It took 5 gigs to run it. 5 gigs. This hard drive right here. This is a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and I have so many games that I have played. This is the hard drive I got from the one I had for Christmas, all way back in the day. 100 gigabytes is all that I've put on it, and there are 300 games on there. That was back when like megabyte or like the MBs, like whatever that is, the one lower the game. Like there was games running off of that. Like how in the world is this going on? Like the fact that COD's like 230 gigs total. Like if you install everything is insane.
Yeah, if you install all of it, it's insane.
And like if you it's just insane if you had told like someone 10 years ago, like when Black Ops 2 came out, that was like, that was like 3 gigs, and you're like, hey, the Black Ops 6, like the kind of like the weird predecessor, because I guess we just don't count the other Black Ops anymore.
It's insane.
The next one's gonna be 230. They would have told you you're a liar.
I mean, hey, wait till I'll bring this up because I have some topics I want to bring up in a little bit here, and I will kind of go back with that. But
well, if it's about COD, this sounds like a good segue into it.
Yeah, might as well be.
Might as well talk about COD.
So let's talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'll start because
okay. Wait. That's one thing I want to.
Because if I go last, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, no, you can start. That's fine. But like, have you guys seen the show Antique Roadshow?
Yes. Antique Roadshow.
Yep.
Have you seen Antique Roadshow, Derek?
No. I'm too young, I feel like, for this conversation.
I don't know, and maybe it's not on anymore either. I don't know.
Are you talking about American Pickers? My grandpa loves American Pickers. I know.
No, well, I mean, it's like American Pickers in a sense. It's like a PBS. It's basically a PBS show, right? Yeah. And these people bring in these things, and they get them appraised by people. Like and that's the show. Like they bring in these just all sorts of really cool pieces of art or things like that they've had or they've gotten given to them or they purchased at a a flea market or something like that, right? And then the guy rates it, and he gets his like, at auction you could sell this thing for $500,000, and the people are like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I can't believe that, right? In 50 years, some kid.
Oh yeah.
Wait, how old are you, Darren? Sorry, are you like 20s?
I'm 20. I'm
Okay.
20.
In 70 years, the Antique Roadshow is going to come on, and it's going to be some kid that got this video game console thing from Darren years ago for something, and they're going to come on. This is worth millions of dollars, and that's just how I view this right now. Those games that you're showing, like in 100 years, that's when these things are going to be like. That is like the crazy price figure is going to be on there, just like the Antique
thing
Roadshow.
is like,
they're going to be pieces of art.
I bought a second 360 for that reason alone. Like, because the Super Nintendo I didn't show you, but the one I actually played that works was my stepdad's that he got like for Christmas in like 1992. Like, I kind of like want to keep my stuff around for like the passed down stuff. Like, I'm so worried about like that one like nephew or something that gets it, and he's just like, dude, I need some crack money. And like he sells all the video games I worked my whole life to collect.
Yeah, some guy's gonna be like, I got
like
this.
the iPhone 36.
I found this disc, or I got this console thing from this guy, and it's Darren's that he had, but he's been saving for years, and he handed it down. And, that's what I'm talking about. That's how they get it.
I treat them like my war medals, like my World War II war medals, where I'm like, this is a perfect copy, perfectly sealed of Halo Reach.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'll give you this for a vape.
So I like the fact that you do this collecting stuff, though.
Oh yeah,
I think
absolutely, it's so cool.
I think it's something that people like. I wish I did more of.
I do a lot of it too. Like I don't want to get into it right now, but I do it with video games. I do it with one thing people probably can't guess by me either. By the way I present myself, I have a huge like action figure collection as well.
Hell yeah.
Like I am a huge. I have a whole lot of comic books. I have like some of the original Avengers one. I actually have a Superman comic that's worth like $300 and stuff. Yeah. I have a lot of really. I'm just a knick-knacky person. I love having stuff.
Those are
not
fun
a hoarder, because there's a difference.
There is a difference. There's a difference between a hoarder and a collector.
I love people that hold on to history.
Yeah, when Matt brought this up with the whole Antique Roadshow, it made me remember of a video I saw of an episode of that Antique Roadshow, and this old lady had no idea what she had, and she brought onto this thing. This guy was talking to this guy who knows this stuff. He was like, and it was Magic the Gathering cards, Matt. This lady has no idea what they are. She was like, they were my sons from way back in the day.
Yeah,
you know. He's just whatever. So he's like going through this, and he's like, ma'am, you don't realize what you have here. There was a Black Lotus in that collection. And if you are a Magic fan, you know what that is. That card itself is worth $100,000.
Wow.
So she had she had almost like $500,000 worth of cards, and she had no idea what they were.
See, like, that's the dream, man. That's the dream to end up
it's
in that spot like that. Yeah.
Imagine like
great game.
Inheriting something or like getting a storage unit because like your fifth descendant uncle died and he's got that's like him having like a car worth like $500,000 for no reason.
All my collectibles right now of stuff is in a storage unit in Michigan. So like I got some stuff in a storage unit in Michigan from when we lived there and moved out of there. But
Matthew, you gotta get
the stuff. I gotta get the stuff out. Gotta find it.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that this is going to be a huge this is going to be a future thing for sure. But I think that the H.A.M gaming podcast has got to go on the road. I think that if this blows up and like Darren's like retro rewind thing pops
we're just going to start.
We're just going to have to be flea market people.
Flea markets, estate sales. You got it all. That retro. Yeah, I probably got a PlayStation in the storage unit with just crazy old games probably or something.
Don't even get me started.
I think my PlayStation 2 or 3 or something might be back there. We'll have to find out.
Well, I have all mine still. I have my original Xbox, my 360, my PS2. My PS3. I have two PS4s.
I used to have the Grand Theft Auto games with the cases and the maps, like the big maps.
Oh yeah,
fold up and stuff like that. Those are so great.
See where you're going.
Those are so fun.
Yeah.
But
that's
good stuff.
Stop, Siri.
I don't understand
Shut the
either.
hell up.
Well, how do you
Wow,
understand
Why,
this?
why do I have Siri all of a sudden? Anyway,
Do you understand this, Siri? We have a hot ham take of a game that we've been talking about
Yep. Here we go.
quite a bit when we started all this.
I'm getting
and
hammed up.
that is the Call of Duty Black Ops it's 6, right? Black Ops 6.
Yep.
Yeah, that's out. Clearly people are playing it hot and heavy. We have guys playing the zombies and beating the Easter eggs in record times, and all and all that kind of stuff. We've
Definitely not
got
us.
we got people playing multiplayer and already prestiging and golding their camos and stuff along those lines, and getting all the
I mean, people are
skins
getting
and all
Dark
those types
Matter
of
by like the
things
first
too, so.
week of
Yeah.
playing.
Dude, that's insane. I wish I can get to that level of unemployment. Like
So
that, I can have like Dark Matter
It
in
might
the first
level up
week of a
unemployment.
release.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So I'll start. I'll
Yes.
start with my review, my personal review of Black Ops 6, because I think if I go last, I won't shut up for like another hour.
This is our hot ham take of the Call of Duty. Now that it's been out, we've all played it. We've played it plenty. We know
plenty,
and so we're ready to give our take.
We would say we played it quite a lot.
So for me, Black Ops 6, not playing the campaign yet, which I do plan on playing next. I heard it's actually really fun. The zombies mode is great. I think this with the zombies is makes this Call of Duty pretty good up there. Now that being said, the multiplayer for this is dog shit. It is not fun. I think personally, I think if zombies was not in this would be one of the worst Black Ops or one of the worst Call of Duties in the last like 5 years. Multiplayer is super inconsistent. The time to kill is super inconsistent. 1 minute it could take 4 shots. Next minute I could be getting 10 hit markers on a headshot, and the guy turns around and kills me once with an SMG. Like super inconsistent. The maps are god awful. I don't know what their idea was with the maps, and the spawns are terrible. Like I'll play like I understand with certain spawns, like playing free for all spawns are kind of crazy, right? But if I'm playing domination and I'm spawning at A site every time for a while, right? And then for some reason I spawn on B with the enemy spawning, and I don't understand that. And then it brings me back to it's so confusing. And somebody who's not a big fan of hardcore in Call of Duty, that's more fun than core mode, and that to me, that's crazy because the time to kill is so bad, which is a bummer because I actually like the gunplay. I think the gunplay is fine. I think the guns are pretty nice. It's just the fact that the time to kill kills it. Like I was playing it earlier today, and if I have a guy and I'm hitting somebody, I get like 6 to 7 hit markers on their head, and then he turns around and one shots me with a freaking AR. Like that just makes no sense. I don't get it. And for people asking, okay, maybe that's happening because you're using SMG. No, I'm using an AR. Like I'm using an AR, and it's not like long range. We're mid range, and I'm pelting this guy headshots like crazy, and I'm getting headshot hit markers. And next thing you know, my 40 round mag is gone, and he turns around and one taps me. It's just confusing. It's really frustrating. That being said, the zombies is fun. So I actually do have a lot of fun with zombies. Liberty Falls is better. It's probably the best map for the zombies right now until the new season comes out.
Can't wait for the new map. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I'm really excited.
I see
something besides. As much as I love Liberty Falls, not to cut your take off.
No, you're good.
I'm tired of Terminus. Tired because I know where this is going.
Yeah,
Terminus is awful.
Yeah, it's ass.
I'll just wait for my.
No, like I'll agree because like kind of what you're saying is like we all three did the Liberty Falls Easter egg, and I didn't feel like I needed a PhD to do that freaking Easter egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then you go do this other one, and it takes an hour and a half. I feel like it takes like forever, unless you're somebody who wants to do a massive quick time on it. Sure, go ahead. But I mean, my hot hand take with this is that if Zombies was not in this, or if Zombies was ass, let's say Zombies was in this, right, and it's dog shit, this would be probably one of the worst Call of Duties. I'm done talking about it. So if I don't stop now, I'm gonna keep on going for another hour. So Darren, you go on ahead.
I will piggyback exactly off of what you're saying. If Zombies wasn't in this, I wouldn't have even downloaded it. I don't even care if it's on Game Pass. If Zombies wasn't in it, I wouldn't have even played it because I've been so starved of zombies. Because if you remember, or if you played it, there was zombies in the Modern Warfare 3. It was awful.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a DMZ
Yeah, DMZ mode that was
game
terrible.
mode basically that had really shitty zombies in it. Call of Duty wise, I think a lot of what's keeping this Call of Duty going is nostalgia. Because it's a Black Ops game that came out in pretty much 2025 when everyone's favorite Black Ops game, Black Ops 2, is the year that's set in. People want a game to play that like everyone's playing Nuketown 24/7 right now because we haven't had like a traditional looking Nuketown map since Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
So I think what a lot of it is, this game is getting carried so hard by nostalgia and by Microsoft. If this game was not a Game Pass game, I feel like we'd be having a lot of a different story because I feel like people are giving this review-wise, they're giving this a lot of leeway because they got it for free, basically. They got it with Game Pass. So I think you got to think about that as well. But multiplayer, like I said, I'm max prestige, but the like 3 rounds I played a multiplayer with you guys, and so I played. Now I do pretty good. I don't have a negative KD or nothing, and I have some top plays. It's not my game mode. I don't really like the Omni movement, and I'm not a huge like. I'm kind of getting tired. Hell Let Loose is different, just because like for the memes, I love playing Hell Let Loose. I'm just tired of playing shooters set in the past and the future. That's the only thing I liked about Modern Warfare 3 is that it had modern guns.
Yeah.
And like modern battle stuff. Like there was no flying ships, but I also wasn't shooting at like M1 Grand. You know, like I'm just so tired of like games being set in the past. Like I don't know. That's why I'm super excited for Battlefield 6, by the way. But I'm just tired of COD. I'm tired of COD. I feel like I'd give it just because of zombies alone, because I'm not going to touch the multiplayer. Just for the zombies alone and the good time I'm having with it, I give it like 7.5 hams out of 10. That's literally only because of the zombies and because of the fun I'm having playing zombies with my friends. Besides yesterday. But, you know, let's dive into this. Terminus is horrible. How did one night we go from playing with only 3 of us, just seeing how the boss fight would go, to almost winning with nothing, to having 4 of us with 3 chopper gunners and not even getting them to we didn't even get them to the health we got the other day. And I don't understand that map. Liberty Falls. I love Liberty Falls. To me, Liberty Falls feels like I don't know why. That feels like it feels like a very zombies like map.
Yeah.
I think the reason why the other one is because it's too big. It's
way too big. It's way too big.
The boats, the thing is just it's too big. We need to make it smaller.
Yeah, Liberty Falls.
I did see the new guns that we're getting, or new weapons we're getting for zombies. We're getting a bow, which should be interesting.
I knew that was going to happen.
I will say this: I played a little bit of Liberty Falls. I played a little bit of Liberty Falls earlier today. I pack a punch the sniper, and that thing is amazing. It just turned into a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
And it mows down zombies. It 2-taps the big ones. What are they called again? The
Manglers.
The Manglers?
It 2-taps them. Yeah, it 2-taps them when you pack a punch it once. When you pack a punch it twice, 3 times, dude, it just mows down zombies like crazy. I had that, and I was just running around having fun. That's why I like Liberty Falls, because I literally don't feel like I need to do all these crazy things.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's set in the daytime. Maybe it's not like all dark. I don't know. It's fun.
I hate Terminus because
I think you already hit it.
In order to do the Easter egg,
it's the size of the map.
You gotta go out. Yeah, in order to do the Easter egg, you gotta go on a boat, 2 different stages to collect the 3 orbs, and then go to the ship, and then I forgot about this. Do the buoys, and then drive the ship back. All this, and it's just that one is such a chore.
Yeah,
I feel like that one. If I had to flip anything about the 2. Terminus, if it's going to have all this crap in this big map, it should have had the easier Easter egg. Yeah, it should have had the easier Easter egg boss, I feel like. If you're doing,
I agree.
Terminus is actually a chore. That's why, last night, we spent an hour and a half to do it just to lose.
Yeah.
That's the thing that drives me nuts. And I'm just, because I'm kind of getting towards the end, I'll have my hot ham take. Because it kind of goes off, in my opinion, this isn't my hot ham take. my opinion, Black Ops 3 was the best zombies. Because that's when they brought in the gobblegums. And this is where it goes into my hot ham takes. If Black Ops 6 wants to be great, they gotta bring some retro maps. We gotta get some classic maps.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there hasn't been any. I'm surprised they didn't have one at release.
Yeah.
Like if I can get Terminus, if I can get like Moon, like if because Black Ops 3, the big thing they had some awesome base maps, but their huge thing was Zombies Chronicles that came out. Because like Black Ops 3 Zombies was so good that they started making, like, they put every single map before that game that came out in that game. Like if I can get Origins, where I'm fighting off Buzz Lightyear and trying not to get stomped on by big zombies, like that's just, I wish, that's my hot ham take. Like, as much as I know some people are gonna complain because then all they're gonna do is just get lazy, but one, they're already lazy because they're Call of Duty, and two,
Facts.
like at least let me like play some cool retro game.
I would like
maps.
I would like the maps. I would love the maps from World at War. That was my favorite zombies. The first one. The first time.
Terrifying.
The first zombies were my favorite. Loved it.
I still remember like finishing the because you had to finish the campaign for World at War to get zombies.
Yeah.
I remember finishing it as a little kid, and then like I saw like, oh, what's this game mode? And then like hearing the laughing the first time, I literally like almost shit myself.
I remember.
I love zombies so much.
When you found the Easter eggs in World at War, and the mission where in the campaign where you guys are running in the water, like on the boats, like into land. And it's like the flamethrower mission, but if you go to this one area and you like shoot the ground, a ray gun would appear, and then you can shoot the enemies with a ray gun. That was cool.
I think the first ever time I actually completed Easter egg was on Cold War. I have never completed an Easter egg on any maps before that because I would always just get too scared. Or like Black Ops 3, I just was too dumb. I was too dumb and stupid.
My hot hams, I give it a 7. Darren to 7.5. You said? All right, Matt, you're up.
Completely carried by zombies, mind you.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So you're probably not going to hear a whole lot different than what you guys already said. The multiplayer core mode is an absolute terrible way to play the game if you're a new player. Like
play with bots.
It'll literally like make you not want to play the game. The core mode will because of two things. The maps are too small. They're way too small. Like I feel like it's almost like every single map is like Nuketown. I don't feel like I'm having to maneuver through anything or move around that much or try to set up like a strong pointing position to try and hold a spot or anything like that. I feel like I'm constantly just like running into players almost instantly when I spawn in. And just like as you said, I can't kill them because I don't know why. I don't know what I don't know what it is I'm doing different than what they're doing different or why it's so. Like I don't feel like I'm that bad.
The people that play the people that play it just need to get jobs. That's all it is.
Yeah, and yeah, and it still has a toxicity of players that play that type of stuff, and they added ways to make it even more toxic, which is to be able to grab somebody from behind.
He did it.
And do evil things to them, and then so they kind of orchestrated into it. So that's my first like kind of negative thing on them. But coming from somebody that's never liked core mode, I've only played hardcore mode pretty much since multiplayer began with this game when it was available, because I've always felt like that was more realistic and I could actually be competitive in that format. I love the hardcore mode in that part. I wish the maps were bigger, especially playing like domination or search and destroy, those types of things. Again, the maps are just too small. I don't know why I don't know why they made them so small. Like I feel like they could have just did a better job of that.
And just the placements too. Like some of the things they have in certain areas makes no sense. Like what happened to old school Call of Duty with 3 lanes? Like you have lane on your right, lane on your left, lane middle. Yeah. And now they're adding these weird things where you go in like this, and it's confused, and it's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
what, like,
dumb.
even like
Yeah.
right now, like when I want to play Call of Duty, I load up like COD 4 Remastered, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's exactly what like you go left, middle, or right, and it's just simple. Like the new games, like I'm gonna blame the people we're trying to be. It's streamers' fault. There's no way it's not.
No,
all
he's
these
not.
games
He's
are
not
so
wrong.
catered. All these games are so catered to like the fast-paced,
So
high clip value
well,
shooting
like,
crap.
so kind of like what Darren's saying here, and sorry to cut you off, Matt, is that it's one of those things where it's like, like, you know, what we're trying to be content creators, but not in the aspect of like Call of Duty professionals, right? Streamers and YouTubers who play those games for a living, I don't want to say they ruined it, but they kind of ruined casual gaming for Call of Duty fans.
It's no longer a thing in any game, really.
Yeah, like which because like, you know, we'll play Apex. Sure, it gets challenging, but it's not to the point where I want to like completely just stop playing. Like for Call of Duty, like you have these people who are just, sure, it's, you know, good for them for being good, but then it's like it makes the casual players like us who work a job, get done working, we want to come home, sit on the couch, and play Call of Duty for like an hour or two, and I don't want to sweat like I'm freaking playing COD champs for $500,000. Like I'm not. I don't want to do that.
I know Matt's gonna hate this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If you want to have casual gaming, you got to put AI in your lobbies.
Yeah,
I think is what it is. Like, if you want, like, well, look at me and Austin, for example. The other night we played Fortnite and had fun, but our game where we won, we had, what was it, like we had 20, both of us had 20 kills total, and they were all obviously AI.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the only way you have fun at games like that is where you kind of fill up the lobbies with bots.
And then once we got to that final like top 10, it was real players. It was challenging. Sure, it was challenging, but it didn't feel like I was like just going crazy with it.
Yeah,
and it was challenging, but it was fun.
In that
like,
game
it feels
mode,
like
in a battle royale game mode, though, you can do that.
Yeah,
like, in a multiplayer.
Oh, I do it in Call of Duty all the time. I'll just switch to offline and create my own game and put bots in it, and I'll get 120 kills.
Yeah, then we're just great.
Yeah,
but like
I prefer to play the domination or the search and destroy modes, because to me those involve a little bit more strategy than just running around and just gunning and running and gunning. I don't want to run and gun like that. I want to be out thinking and out playing and out planning my opponents.
So what you're saying is
those types of positions.
So Darren, you're gonna help me with this, right? Darren, you're helping me with this. So Matt, you want to strategize and you want to think about where you want to aim for your shots. So I'm sure you want to play PUBG. So that's what I'm hearing, right, Matt? That's right, Darren.
So hold on. I will be the judge in this divorce court here. We were kind of talking about today. If Austin gets Hell Let Loose, Matt has to get PUBG.
I already have it. I bought it. Remember? I was played it.
So it sounds like if we have a healthy balance of Hell Let Loose to PUBG, it's fair.
And PUBG's free. And PUBG's free.
Another thing I've been trying to do is like I want to play DayZ more, and like
DayZ
Hell Let Loose more.
I can't do DayZ. I'm sorry. Okay, it's not crossplay.
That's right. It's not crossplay yet.
DayZ's not crossplay
unless he gets a computer.
Which is so stupid.
Which I don't know if you can still play that or not, but
I think you can. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, DayZ's not crossplay, which just sucks.
But yeah,
I bet if you get a Microsoft one that you can download Game Pass on it, you might be able to.
Maybe.
But so what's your hot hams on it?
So I'm not done yet.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. We've only gone through tangents.
Maps are way too small.
Yep.
Let me get it. And so obviously one of the big kickers of this game is, to me, as we already stated, is zombies. Zombies is definitely a popular game mode. I think it was. I loved it when it came out. Kino was probably the first game, like zombie wise, Call of Duty wise stuff that I got into, where I started playing multiplayer and like conversing with people I didn't know and playing it in that format. And that's kind of what really kind of grew my love for playing and meeting other people that are gamers and working together in that aspect of it. And when you guys are talking about Liberty Falls, like to me, Liberty Falls and Kino, they have some similarities to me, that there's spots in the map that you can farm, that you can swarm, people and build up points. There's also some congestive positions that you can get stuck in if you're not thinking straight and stuff like that. But there's ways out. There's ways to get moving and stuff like that. The problem I'm having with zombies, and I'll talk more about the Easter egg. The problem I'm having with zombies is that I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but like I'm not getting a whole lot of money during rounds.
Well, that's one thing. I hate that they did it. It started in Cold War. In games past, like Black Ops 3 was the last game to do this, you got points per bullet that hit a zombie.
Yes. Yep.
Now you get points per zombie you kill.
That was the strat. Like in the beginning, a couple rounds, you do shoot them 6 times and then knife.
Yeah.
That max out your points, and you would build up points.
Also, that way it was before worked really well for the crap. Like if you got like a crappy SMG, it was still a good gun because we just called them points guns. Like it was a shitty gun, but it got you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, if you make it past round 30, you gotta have at least double pack-a-punch legendary, because like that's another thing that I hate about zombies.
You gotta have the wonder gun that sucks them all up.
I should have remembered all this stuff during my hot ham take. But the weapon, that's just awful.
Yeah, and that's where I feel like the problem is with Terminus, is you're not able to build up enough points to get all the stuff that you want to get without having to jump into that. I'm talking about the Easter egg here. To jump into the boss fight in a round that is substantially easier to manage.
Yeah.
Right? The way we've been playing it, I feel like we can't get into that boss fight round till like level 40. Because we're not going to get enough points between the 4 of us to get what we need out of it. And I don't know why this is, but what the heck is with not ever having max ammo drops? Like, unless you have a gobble gum that drops the dang thing for you, you never get it. Like, I feel like there's never the drop. There's a stupid
it's literally only the dog
drop
rounds
that gives me like what, 300 things.
It gives you 500. So the 500 is literally 5 zombie kills. It gives you 5 zombie kills worth of money when they drop
the dog rounds. Don't come they only come every what 5-6 rounds.
Yeah.
And you've already the zombies are so much stronger because you got those armor zombies and stuff like that.
You're starting to use both your guns ammo to kill zombies because there's so many of them.
I'm playing last night by myself. Like I'm just playing Terminus by myself. I ran out of ammo out of all my guns. I ran out of money on all my guns. What am I supposed to do? Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense that a max ammo never dropped during that. And I'm playing solo. Like, I'm not, I don't even have the ability to get anybody else to help me, or, them happen to get a gobble gum that gives them a max ammo or any of that kind of stuff during those rounds and help out with that. And I had both my guns pack-a-punch twice, and I ran out of ammo and didn't kill all the zombies. And not to mention the beast zombies, the major ones, not the manglers, but the anomalies or whatever they're called, right? Those things are stupid, strong, healthy. That in the early rounds, they're way too strong early rounds. I get it later rounds. I feel like I'm fighting a guy in round 35 in round 15 when that anomaly first comes up. Like, that is way too strong. They need to fix that. They need to either make the guns way more powerful when they're pack-a-punched, or they need to dull down the hit points on some of those types of things.
Another thing I hate about the elite zombies too is that, let's say you're playing whatever map, and like let's say it's the Mangler spawns in round 10 on Liberty Falls.
Yeah.
If you kill all the zombies and save the Mangler for last, it just keeps going. Like, it's not a part of that round.
Nope.
I hate that. Like, if you kill all the zombies but don't kill the Mangler yet, it'll just keep following you, and then more zombies will show up from round 11. I hate that it's not a part of the wave. Like, they could just spawn whenever, and they're such a pain in the ass.
There's
Manglers are, I think, the easiest ones, because like you just focus one spot and it kills them. But those other two, I hate.
Yep. There's parts of the that's it, like the one anomaly that's in the Terminus. I don't know where his hit point is. The anomaly in the Liberty Falls, the dog
thing,
character, whatever head has the lightning electricity, that's his weak head. That's where you shoot. Right? The Mangler, his weakness is the gun, the arm, or his head. Like
Yep.
he has weakness. I don't know where the weakness is in the other thing yet. I can't even figure it out. Other than maybe it's
you
head.
just shoot him till he
And then
dies.
he's got this arm that can grab you if you're standing still too long.
Yeah, he
And
freaking molests you.
like at least you can dodge the Mangler's rocket. You
Mhm.
can dodge the dog's electricity. You can't dodge that tentacle arm.
No.
It's grabbing you every single time. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It gets you
And then it
every
pulls you
single
into a
time.
way. It takes health for. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh!
Whoa!
Oh! My gosh!
He's not dead.
My God, let me turn this down for a second here. Shit.
No way! What?
Holy. Oh man.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
Ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, it is the H to our ham.
Do we need to start the intro all over, Hayden? Or you
Hello,
good?
fellas.
God, no. We ain't starting that fucking thing over again. That's not happening.
Well, thanks for joining. I'm just kind of wrapping up. We're just wrapping up our hot ham take today on Call of Duty. So
Yeah, you wanna join your opinion? What do you think of Black Ops 6, Hayden?
Yeah, I'll give my opinion. You've only been recording for how long?
An
An
hour.
hour.
Oh, okay.
I'll finish.
Join at the
I'll
prime
finish what
time.
I was saying. I'll finish what I
No,
was saying.
I
and
got
Hayden,
something to
you can-
say. I got something to say.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Just interrupt me. That's fine. I've been interrupted like 57 times during this
Yeah.
edition. So you might as well jump in and just completely take over. That sounds fine too.
No, I'll let you finish. I want to hear your last thing.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I was saying, the zombie mode, I do like the Easter egg. I don't hate that you know there's this. I like that there's a different little challenge to the game, right?
Mhm.
Just something a little bit, because zombies can get very repetitive, right? Running in
yeah.
circles, hoarding up the zombies, shoot them all down, kind of stuff like that. But I've always enjoyed just like getting to that next level, and really, okay, can I do better than I did last time? And so it's really kind of an internal challenge that you keep trying to do better at. I think the gumballs do add a bit of an edge if you get the right gumballs and you're using them the right way to kind of to do better in the later rounds, which can sometimes feel almost impossible otherwise. But again, you're just not getting enough points in the game to be able to continue to upgrade stuff and try those different guns. Like try the sniper rifle and pack a punch it to its third level. Like you can't get enough points to get to that point where you're going to try that gun to do that to me in those later rounds.
Mhm.
Like it's just not happening. But I do like that some of the other guns have a little bit better abilities than what you thought that you wouldn't have. Like the pistols are basically a ray gun once you get those upgraded in the sense and stuff like that. And like you talked about the sniper rifle and kind of going through. You know what actually is pretty overpowered as well, even later rounds, is the hatchets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I was using those because I was ran out of ammo. I was using those to kill the manglers and the anomalies, and they were doing way more damage than my bullets were. Which, why? Like,
Yeah,
that
right?
doesn't even make any sense. Why is a secondary lethal doing way more damage than those things? Like I could throw that freaking hatchet and kill like 6 or 7 zombies if they're in a line, and kill all of them. But I could shoot and pretty much unload my clip 3 times and not get them all. Like that to me, again, there's parts
Sounds
of
like the
that are
multiplayer.
broken. It does exactly. There's issues when it comes to the killing with the be able to eliminate those guys and killing those zombies and stuff like that with your bullets, or just put the freaking extra rounds at 1,000. Like if I pack a punch the gun, give me 1,000 rounds in if you're never gonna give me a dang max ammo. Like don't give me 450 rounds in a 75 mag and I run out of ammo before the round's over. It doesn't. Those things are not equating, and that's to me
Yeah.
is hurting zombies. Unless
What's
like
the
you said,
point of a max armor if it doesn't give you max plates?
it doesn't give you max plates. What is the point of that? That makes no sense.
It
and
doesn't?
So again, as you've already it doesn't.
Make zombies great again.
Make zombies great again. And again, unless I'm a streamer playing nonstop and I'm speed running these rounds and beating the bosses in round 10 in 12, again, the casual gamer, the person that doesn't do this full time but loves gaming and loves those challenges, it's ruining it.
Yeah.
And we never were gamers and streamers before this. We played it just probably as much as we do now, but it was
Shut the hell up.
But it was just except for Darren. We can pull up a clip of that.
All right. Let's. Hayden, what have you been at?
When Call of Duty Black Ops 6 came out, and we did this podcast, I said this was going to be Game of the Year. And unfortunately, it's not going to be Game of the Year because of these reasons.
I bet it will be.
It's going to be.
No,
I don't think
not
so.
even close.
I think you guys.
So.
You guys were higher than what I thought you would be. I was going to go my hot hams. I'm going to give it 6 hot hams because the multiplayer maps are too small.
It's fucking Kerry!
There you go.
You just need to flip it off a little bit more.
All right.
The
So-
multiplayer core mode's not good enough to give it
dog shit.
To be.
Matt's been trying to talk about his take for zombies for 40 minutes. That's been 40 minutes of this thing. It's just Matt keeps getting interrupted.
Yeah, that's my hot ham take.
Hayden, you got me at. I give Black Ops 6 a 7.
7
Darren
hams.
gives it a 7.5 hams, and Matt gives Black Ops 6 hams out of 10.
Out of 10?
What's this?
Yep.
No, out of
So
15.
hold on. Before we get in,
Out of
before we get into
17.5
it,
hams.
Hayden, you're alive. You're alive.
I am alive.
You got completely cold. Dude, Hayden, the last time I talked to you was the first night we played Phasmophobia. I was
That was the
actually
greatest night of my
worried.
life. That was so good.
I've been worried. Me and you were like touching each other. I mean, hiding in that closet together, and like I've been worried. Like the only way I've known you've been alive is like Matt's word. Like,
You know what the best part of that night was, Darren? Is when we went down to the basement and hit the breaker.
everyone's like, "What's going
Right
on?
when Matt and
We're
Oscar
gonna
gonna
die."
get attacked. It's like, that
Oh,
was so good. Yeah, my hot ham for Black Ops. I truly like the zombies. I know I've been hearing a lot of shit about it. I really like the maps, especially what is it? The Falls.
Liberty.
Oh, okay.
Liberty Falls.
Yeah,
I
we worried
really
for a
like
second.
that
Yeah.
map. I just cannot get enough
a good
of
map.
it. Especially when you find those weapons that are just overpowered for no specific reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, the shotguns are going to be the ones that always take out everything. And I was telling Darren this out over our group chat. If you look at one of the pistols, the 45, it turned into a grenade launcher after the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a nice surprise. And when you find those little things that are just like, holy crap, like this makes it fun. And then all the little Easter eggs, I'm sure you guys talked about that. And there's so many more
we didn't even really
surprises that
talk
are even
about
coming
those
out.
ones,
I do look forward to the new maps that are coming out. The castle is
Can't
coming
wait.
out. I also look forward to the new wonder weapons that are coming out. So the crossbow's coming back. And there's something else, if you guys know.
I know there's new gobble guns coming out too.
New
but-
gobble guns.
Yeah, there's a couple rounds.
I think it's the
Let me
MK2
check.
of the one ray gun, the MK2. I think that's also coming back.
Oh, the Mark II.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm super excited about that. The
think
zombies
the
is
ray
what's
gun's
holding
stronger.
me
Why
onto
do you think the ray gun's stronger
than
it
the
has been in
MK.
the past?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
Don't you interrupt Hayden like that, you bitch.
it is
Oh,
a
Alright,
sorry.
little mumbler
Yeah,
over
Sorry.
there.
no,
You
we
got
don't,
something to
we
say,
don't
say it with
interrupt
your
people
chest
here.
So I want to
Yeah,
touch them. Yeah, zombies is what's holding me on to Black Ops, and exactly what you guys said. The multiplayer is dog shit. I think it is
Yeah.
terrible.
yeah.
It is terrible.
There is only one map that I find very fun, and I played it once. It's the I like the room one, the small one. You're like in an apartment building. You know,
Oh yeah,
No,
the very small,
4-bedroom.
compact one.
yeah, the poverty child one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
I haven't played the campaign yet, but I keep hearing great things about it.
Yeah, I haven't
except
either.
for
I heard
the
it's good.
ending. I hear the ending is very underwhelming to the whole entire story. So it is very tempting for me to play as
sequel
well.
bait.
Out
Don't ruin it.
of 1 through 10 hot hams, the multiplayer definitely drops it from a high 8. I would say that. If I could just base it off the campaign and zombies alone, then it would be up there. So I'm going to give this. Everyone hold your breath. Pause for dramatics. A 6. A 6 out of 10.
I thought you were gonna say like
2 6s and a 7 and a 7.5.
I feel like
8.1.
you're subconsciously picking it because it's Black Ops 6, so it automatically gets a 6.
It
yeah,
does.
Yeah, it does. 100%.
The campaign is fun. There's some different stuff that they've added to the campaign that is enjoyable, and so I have enjoyed the campaign. I've only gotten a few missions into it, and I do like that part of it. But one thing I would add that I did enjoy doing was when we played as the 4 of us played. Our own private match.
Oh yeah, that was the only fun I've had.
And
I was actually going to bring that up. That's the only fun I've had.
We did like a gunfight, right? We did gunfight.
Yeah, we did gunfight.
And we were swapping back and forth. But then the one thing I really liked too was when we did
The
3v3, but you could only use melees. And the map that you were talking about, Hayden, where you're in this like apartment building,
I shredded
moving around. That was actually kind of fun because it gave the melee people a little bit of an advantage, like a chance to actually do something because you could come around corners quickly and things like that. So there are some fun stuff like that again to play as a group. But again, if you just jump into it and play multiplayer by yourself, I feel like it's pushing you away. It's gonna not deter you from doing more. But zombies does help. Zombies, Liberty Falls.
If you have one good game in multiplayer, you're never going to have a good game ever again. Like, the matchmaking in that game is awful. Like, you have one decent game, you're never having an even KD ever again.
Here's a question I was going to bring up to you guys. We all 3 played the beta, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The beta to full release, the time to kill seems way different.
Yeah.
The beta felt like Call of Duty. Like, it felt way more. I actually like the beta multiplayer. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if they had a lot of hate for the time to kill or what, but yeah, it made it worse. It's not fun.
Yeah, I remember playing the beta, and I remember a couple of you guys getting like top player and stuff like that during those beta games. But we haven't been able to get top player unless we play hardcore, and then that's the only time we've been able to kind of see that. And so yeah,
which I think the problem is they've been trying to cater to the casual, and it's worked in the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now that you because I remember like the beta was harder, but it was more fun and rewarding. I felt like where this is like the guns are awful. Like, they keep buffing and nerfing certain guns, and like it's such, and like everyone just uses like the same 3 guns, which is also just ticks me off. Yeah. Like, if you don't use like the meta setup, you just aren't gonna do good.
Yeah. So if you're a new player getting into COD, or even just a returning player getting into COD, play zombies first.
Play zombies.
Level up your player, level up your guns, and
exactly what I've been doing.
Because that'll help you in the regular base game.
Yeah.
So do that. Do that for sure.
And the Omni movement's cool for zombies, but I hate it for multiplayer.
Honestly, I don't think I use it. Like, I mean,
you never sprint backwards.
You don't slide backwards for no reason.
I definitely don't slide backwards. I do normal sliding, running forward or sideways sliding. So nothing of that for me has changed personally, play wise.
Yeah,
but yeah. Well, that'll do it for the hot ham take part of this episode. That brings us into our top 5 category topic today.
Shoot. Hayden! Oh, Hayden! No!
Don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know.
Hayden, what it was top 5 video game characters like of all time.
Oh, your favorite.
Go last. Yeah, your favorite.
Your top 5. Not like
you find your list.
Yours.
You'll go
we'll
last.
Let you go last.
We'll find your list.
Let me grab a notebook quick.
You know, now that Hayden's gone, he might see this someday if he watches this. You know how awkward I feel? You know, it's like I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like Drew Bledsoe when Tom Brady started playing good. I'm like, what do? Like, I'm supposed to be like Hayden's replacement, and then all of a sudden Hayden shows up. I feel like I got caught with my pants on my ankles, and like who I thought was my girlfriend husband comes home.
You're trying to jump out the window the second you
like you start pretending like oh, I didn't know. Like, but you knew damn well she had a boyfriend. That's
That's
what I
funny.
feel like right
That's
Well,
funny.
how about this? How about this? Before we go into a top 5, so let Hayden like pick his top 5 or find his 5. I have some topics I like to bring up quick, if that's cool with you guys.
Yep.
They can be short. There's some short ones. While Hayden's looking for his stuff, I also would like to know Hayden's opinion on this too. So one of them is this: if you've noticed, there's a few games out there right now that are going backwards, and that is why are games like Fortnite?
Someone's echoing.
Someone's
I don't know who
echoing.
it is, but someone's echoing.
That's all right. You don't hear it in the final cut. We're chilling.
Oh, okay.
It happens once in a while. I don't know
Okay,
why
plus,
it does that.
wait,
but
what are we ranking again? Main
top
characters?
your top 5 favorite main characters. So your personal
video
list
games and video games
of
and
video games. Yep.
Okay.
So okay.
Did not
So
spell that
here
right.
is. So if you guys notice, Fortnite is coming back with Fortnite OG, permanently, right? Apex brought back Season 1 Apex. Call of Duty is bringing back, the like original Call of Duty. Verdansk is coming back. If you're an Overwatch fan, original Overwatch Season 1 before they changed everything is back. Why do you guys think that is? Why are these companies who are trying to make this game like this and then being like, okay, wait, there's still this huge leap, but now we're bringing back all the old stuff like it's never left.
Well, I think
Some
it's
of it
obvious.
is. What do you think it is? I'm curious because like for me, Fortnite, I'm so happy OG's coming back.
Oh yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And it's interesting. I don't know if it's a how can we get people to come back? Is it that thing? Is it like we want people who left to come back?
Yeah.
And some of it's a limited time mode. Like Apex is not forever. I know I know that'll be gone for a while. I know that'll be gone for a little bit. Overwatch, I don't think it's forever. But like Call of Duty, I think the Call of Duty one makes sense because Verdansk Warzone was the best Warzone. Like we all know that. That's just facts. And then the Fortnite one makes sense too because a lot of people loved OG Fortnite when they first did it. And that was like what, a month?
Yeah.
So I'm just the question is, why do you guys think that is? This is for all three of you.
I think it's obvious. Not even like I'm not even talking like consumer I'm not talking developer standpoint, but like the reason why people and like this is gonna like kind of sound weird because like I'm kind of going as like a young person view on it.
Yeah.
The people that played Prime Fortnite and Prime Verdansk are getting older and are kind of losing that touch that they had when they were younger.
Yep.
So they're getting depressed that they're like me. Like I kind of hate that I'm getting older now because all the stuff I like is old and isn't popular anymore. So like when like OG Fortnite comes out, I'm like, holy shit, we are back. Like Prime Fortnite, like 2017 and like 2019 Fortnite was so good, and then they just put all this random shit in it for no reason. Like as soon as like Fortnite actually started having like a little mission or story to it is when I think it started getting awful. Like after season 7 of like the first ever like chapter, I thought it started going downhill because like that's when they actually started like it should have just always been a battle royale game that just kind of did its thing. Like now you can't even have 1,000 mats. Now they limit how many minis you can have and stuff like that, which it makes me sad that some people think that there's always just only been 500 mats. Like people didn't know about the 999 days. But even like
I mean, that was back when no one knew how to build either. That was back when it was...
that's back when like build was no build.
Yeah.
But and even like the Verdansk thing, people just want to go back. Like when they bring these retro, like the old versions of the games back, it just reminds you of a different time where like the world wasn't in chaos and like people could afford stuff.
Is
So
it
for me?
Is it the nostalgia? Is it like
absolutely.
This nostalgia for goal?
That's pretty much what I've been saying. Like long term is like you just want to be reminded of that time and how much fun you had playing the game when it was like that. I think
there's some nostalgia in there. I think one of the things I think Darren was hitting on, or at least maybe you're trying to, but maybe you weren't trying to, but I think you were, is what you talked about. How old is Fortnite?
Came out July 21st, 2017.
So 7 years.
So it's 7 years old, right?
Yep.
So those people that were playing it 7 years ago, they are getting older, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as they're getting older, they're not capable to continue to play the game the same way they were when that game first came out, right? They probably can't play it as often, stuff like that, but they like Fortnite. They want to play it still, and so they bring back the older version of Fortnite, the more playable version for everybody. That way, us guys, right, the people that started playing it when it first came out, and were grinding on it and having a lot of fun and enjoying it, they do that, and I think then we go back to it, right? So instead of us moving on to another game and playing something else because we're like, okay, I don't want to play these sweaty 10-year-olds that are building to the top of the game mode, and before I can even get a shot off and stuff like that, like that's
That's fair.
ridiculous. They throw these things out there so that guys like me and you can still play it and want to play it and enjoy playing it. So I think it's a smart move on their side, because all it does is double the people that are playing it again, right?
Well, and
You
another
still
thing,
got
like,
those salty, sweaty, younger
Mhm.
people that are
Mhm.
their brains are so different than the way ours are with their abilities of what they're doing, controller wise, PC wise, all the kind of stuff that they're doing. They can still play that version, and we can play this version and still enjoy it. Right?
Yeah,
We can all
that's fair.
we can enjoy that part of it. So I think that's where, at least to me, with Fortnite anyway,
Yeah.
of bringing back those maps, return some of their older customers. Come back to us. Hey, here
Yeah.
we still want you. We're
That's-
still performing this
Yeah.
game to get back to you.
That's
because-
why, like, I don't even think it would be a bad idea if, like, obviously right now, like, even the main menu looks completely different. Like, I don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
know how to change to get back to Battle Royale. Like, thank goodness I'm on zero build right now, because I don't even know how to go through the main menu of Fortnite anymore. But
Exactly. That's what
I
I'm
don't-
saying. Like,
I don't even think it would be a bad idea if they kept doing their stuff they're doing now, where every season a new thing, but always have OG Fortnite available.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you're not capable of doing it, because, like, one, you're, like, I kind of follow this, like, no matter what, I'll never uninstall Fortnite. No matter how bad it gets, I will still play in every new season to try to get the umbrellas and stuff, just because I remember how good COVID Fortnite was. How excited I was on a no-snow day in, like,
how you say
2017.
COVID Fortnite.
Like, it's just like COVID Warzone, dude. COVID Warzone was so good.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Yep.
And I like Epic Games. I don't know why they just keep doing weird shit. Like,
Well, it's like-
OG Fortnite's gonna get you a shit ton of
Yeah.
money, a shit ton of players. Why do you keep not doing it?
Yeah.
Like,
I-
I don't
I saw
understand the
this-
process.
I saw this TikTok video of this guy who's like, it's like point of view the first time you came back to this game in years, and he's like, hey, so are we gonna hide and get the shopping carts and do all this fun stuff? And the guy's like, oh no, that's not in the game no more. We're gonna go find Peter Griffin and steal his drum gun and have like the best gun ever. And he's like, why is that in this game? Like,
Yeah.
like the last season was god awful. That's stupid. Like, I won with like 1 kill, right? Because I die right away. But my teammate had 15 kills, and his inventory consists of a mini and the turret thing that on your backpack, the Gatling guns, and like and the drone turret. That's all he had, and he had 15 kills by just jumping around and let it automatically kill
Mhm.
things for him.
Kill people for you.
Like, that was so stupid. I'm happy this season right now that's not in it. This season's not bad. Me and Darren play a little bit.
I do love this season a lot, just
it's
because it
not-
has a lot of old guns in it and
Yeah.
stuff. It's
And-
not OG Fortnite, but it's still old enough to where I'm like, oh, I love it.
Yeah. So
And again, I think it goes back to just keep it simple, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Keep things
Keep it simple.
so that you can still play it and enjoy it, and you don't have to overthink. I'm always equating this back to Apex. Apex keeps it simple when it comes to the weapon selection.
They gotta follow
And
the
the
KISS
sh-
program. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes, keep it simple,
Yeah.
stupid. Exactly.
Facts.
Like, don't have, and again, go into Warzone. Like, Warzone used to be like,
Oh.
4 guns, a sniper, an AR, an SMG, and a shotgun. There's
Ooh.
your 4 guns, right? Why have 60 different versions of the same type of gun?
Well,
What difference is that going to
like-
make? Just
like
give
my
me
biggest-
the thing, the
yes.
regular guns,
Yeah.
and play. Give me the shields. Let's go, and let's have some fun.
My biggest criticism with Warzone, and it always will be this, is that I think Warzone is so like fit for like people who are just, because if you don't buy Black Ops, right, 6, and you want to play just Warzone, you're already behind, because all these new guns that we've played are now have leveled up way more than the guy who just plays Warzone. And because you have the loadout system, you get your loadout, and then you have your guns. I think that's so stupid. I think Warzone should just have your guns on the ground, and that's it. Like that to me makes more sense. I've always been criticized of that. To me, it's just so stupid.
Yep. Yeah, to keep it simple. Keep the gun selection simple. You know, I do like the loadout. I did like the loadout drops. I guess one of the things I did like those because like I don't know, it was always kind of nice to get your loadout and setup that you like to have with those types of things. But so that I guess I did like that, but I liked the map at that time better too.
What are you doing?
I like the old school Warzone map. The new map Warzone was too hard. There was just it was just too big. It didn't have good movement. Like you couldn't really move real well in the new map. Where this one you could rotate. The old map you could always do a good rotation. You didn't matter what direction you went, you could still get a good rotation. But in the new map, I just feel like there's just no good place to move. At all. And so Fortnite was just too big. That map was too big.
So my next sorry, Darren, go ahead.
I was just gonna add one. I'm probably gonna spend money on Fortnite, but they put the Ninja Turtles in the game, so I just gotta say that. Anyway, so I went into the shop. I went into the shop just to like prove a point here. If you go to the Fortnite shop, because I thought of this when we thought like Peter Griffin's in the game, like what's going on with Fortnite? They're out of the 14 pages of skins and stuff you can buy in Fortnite for everything. The racing mode, the actual mode, Lego mode.
Which I think is so stupid.
One section of the actual shop that's actual Fortnite skins, and it's the reload squads, where it has like the Skull Troopers on here and Triggerfish and like the Raptors, the only ones I even recognize. There's only like a handful of skins in the shop that actually were in Fortnite. The rest of them are movie characters, and there is a bigger section for Snoop Dogg and Eminem in the Fortnite shop than there is for Fortnite skins.
Yeah,
you can buy songs. You can buy the Tesla truck in Fortnite. But
Fortnite's always been about music, though. They were always into that music stuff and kind of connecting with music. And I don't hate that part of it. I don't like all the skins. I don't like all the skins. I feel like they've.
I've said this before, and Darren gets mad at me whenever I say this. Fortnite now is the cooler version of Roblox. That's straight up. That's what it is. It's like you could do literally anything, and you could play anything. You could play like a simulator on Fortnite if you don't want to play the main game. Like Fortnite is literally just Roblox.
So again, that's why they bring back OG. They get those returning players to come back and play the base game and enjoy the base game and not
we might have to all invest into one Ninja Turtle skin and play as Ninja Turtle.
Donatello. I'm calling Donatello.
Leo.
Well, I'm Michelangelo. So I guess
Haynes
should be Raphael. That's perfect.
All right, so last one quick. Hayden, do you have your list?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to bring this up quick because I've been seeing this a little bit, and I just want to know everyone's opinion on it. So it was a big quick one. So GTA 6 is coming out next year, right? Do you think?
I forgot about that.
Do you think that this is the first game we're going to see that is going to be base price at $100? Base price, not deluxe, not special edition. Base price instead of 70. Will GTA 6 be the first game to be like, hey, you know what? Here's $100.
No, I don't think so.
I think
it'll still be $70.
I think there's a lot of things that have to come in line with GTA 6. The chances of it getting delayed, I think, are pretty high.
Yeah.
Is it even coming out? Will it even come out with this generation?
Yeah,
which generation of console is it coming out on? Is it coming for PS6? Get the PS6 GTA 6? You know that?
Yeah.
You know,
which is pretty much what they're saying is probably going to happen.
I regardless.
Is there already a PS6 announcement?
No, but PS5 Pro just came out. PS5 original is 4 years old. The PS5 Pro is out. I wouldn't be shocked if December of next year they go, hey, bundle PS5 Pro, GTA 6.
If you think about it, it's not
for
that
$800.
Yeah, it's $1,000 right there.
Right now, the PS6 and the Xbox Series X are at the same stage in their lifespan where the Xbox Series X got announced for the Xbox. Like, we're in that point now where this generation is going to be over soon. Like 2020 is when these came out. 2014 is when the Xbox One came out. We're getting close to that about 6-year window where the other consoles come out. Because they tell you this is the best thing ever, and then they come out with another thing. It's kind of like the iPhones, you know. But
See, the reason why I bring this
think
up,
that if GTA 6 gets delayed, it's going to come on a different console and it's going to be high. I even know that they are thinking about making you pay a membership to play the game
for online, yeah.
Like that's crazy.
So the reason why I bring this up because I've been seeing a lot of other content creators and a lot of podcasters for gaming have been talking about game prices. You know, before it was $50 way back in the day, then it was 60, and now over the past 4 years or so, it's been 70. And they've always been like, "What's going to be the one game that's going to be like, hey, we're not a AAA game, we're a quadruple A game, and we're going to be base price is $100." And I think if I think there's one game, it's going to be GTA 6. I could see it in a world where they go base game is $100. How many
people you think won't buy it then? Or how many? You think there'll be like a little like gaming revolution?
It won't matter.
It's just another $30.
It won't matter. Yeah, it won't matter.
People would buy it.
It won't matter.
I'd buy it.
Not if they release it at the right time. If they release it around Christmas time and stuff like that, it's going to get hot during the holiday season.
So people are obviously going crazy about the PS5 Pro being like $750 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or like it's $800 if you want the stand.
Yeah.
But
and there's no difference. The only difference is that there's more storage. It's 2 terabyte instead of 500 gig, and it's better resolution. Besides that,
I don't understand. Like it says it's better. It has better FPS, but the games itself won't be able to get you 60 FPS because in order to optimize the game for console, they have to be under 60 FPS.
There's one though, Darren. GTA 6.
Shut the fuck up. That game is going to be so. There's nothing more I want in this world than GTA 6 to be bad.
I don't.
It's gonna. That game is gonna make
awful.
GTA 5 changed the game, like the gaming world. Like how crazy that was when it came out.
GTA 5 raised the bar so high, and like has done all this stuff that like I kind of don't even want to play GTA 6.
I mean,
you don't even play GTA 5 anymore.
Well, then I'll just play Red Dead. I'll just play Red Dead.
All right. They come out with this membership version of it, and basically they're just like constantly kind of updating that with the online version. I would rather just play that
because they'll never go to like Game Pass or the PS5 like Plus, whatever it is, because they have their own membership deal. Like
just don't even buy the base game; just buy the online version.
Yeah.
So those are my two little things I want to talk about. If Hayden's ready with his list, I say we do this. Our top 5 favorite video game characters, our personal list. Who wants to start first?
Mine's so good.
I like our top 5. I can go first since I'm
afraid to
my
go
cameras.
first.
I'm top left.
Like my
your bottom for
list
me
is pretty awful. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Hayden also on the bottom for me because I'm always on top.
Hayden's on the bottom.
I'm in bottom, bitch.
Darren.
On my list, on mine, no one's bottom. We're all just in a line.
Oh, really? Mine's squatted up.
Am I next to Darren?
And I'm first. No, it goes me, Darren, Matt, and then you.
Oh, man. I was right next to Darren, so I was trying to kiss him.
Yeah, that's what, because it looked like you were like licking Matt's ear. It was weird.
You know, what's really weird is like, Hayden, I'll have a little heart-to-heart with you, Hayden. At first, I didn't really know how to think about you because you like abandoned us. But like the second I see you,
I've been gone for like 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
Time. You know how long 2 weeks is when you leave your dog? That's what I felt like. I was just that golden retriever waiting for any sort of
Don't worry.
Even like when you like typed in Discord, I was like, huh? Which I even then I had a sneaking suspicion that it was Matt. Like I literally like 65% of me was like, this is Matt. Because literally, I was like, it was funny because like I was really like it's like the night before I was like, Hayden's never gonna type in there again. Then all of a sudden, Hayden's typing. I'm like,
well, yeah, when some random person, I don't know who that was,
starts
shitting on me. I'm like, okay, fuck you guys. I'm at work, so I can't respond.
No, Hayden, I've been so happy that you're like at the beginning of like all of us playing. I was like, who the fuck's this Hayden dude? I don't give a shit. I never met him. And now it's like, what's Hayden getting back on?
I missed as you. All right. So I'll go first. I'll go 5-1. In the what I ranked them. And so I don't have a whole lot of like extra information that I'm going to kind of give out. I'm just going to rate him.
You're not
based
gonna be
on-
like Austin, jump to 3 and then go back to 5 and then go back down.
No,
Alright.
probably not.
And Hayden
not.
is muted.
It's already how long
Just
I'm
like
getting
that.
this time.
There's no
all
more
right,
H.
so for me, my number 5, top 5 gaming characters, storyline characters. Number 5 for me is Kratos. I think he's just an iconic player or character in the game. Great storyline. I love the whole, fighting gods type stuff, and I just think he's just a cool looking character, and I think just a really cool.
What's
very recognizable.
And what's crazy?
What's your favorite version of Kratos? Are we God of War 1 through 3, or are we like?
What were
I'm
you
a
getting,
hater.
Kratos?
Darren, he's
so
never played those ones.
I've never
You
played
never
it. I've never played it. So
See,
that's
this
why
is
I'm-
why
I'm
this
putting
is
it
why
at
I
5.
secretly hate. This is why I secretly hate the new ones.
No,
Like Kratos before he had a kid was so badass. Then he got
Oh,
nerfed, and now
no.
he just cares about people's feelings, and it makes me mad.
You know
Okay,
who
I'll
he's like?
continue.
He's like
I'll
fat
continue.
Thor.
I'll continue.
Like he's still
He's
buff
like
and
fat
strong, but
Thor.
he's
Yeah,
fat as
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. He's fat Thor. That's good.
I remember when I made that kid. I remember when I made that kid in that like second game.
All right. So he's my number 5.
You know what I'm talking about when you move the pot on the nightstand? So
Good
good,
God.
so good.
Number 4.
Dad showed me where I was constipated.
This was probably one of the like first like I don't know what do you consider as like an RPO or something, but Link from Zelda to me is the number 4 iconic character. I loved Zelda. On the Super Nintendo, the one that Darren showed us was probably my favorite one to play, and so I just
Oh yeah,
was
Hayden
always
missed out on that.
always a big fan of Zelda. So Link was number 4. Next one is Master Chief, the Halo genre, just the story of Master Chief in general. Such a cool looking character as well, very iconic. So that's that one was number 3. And then these top 2 are by far my favorite. Some of my favorite games to play still to this day. And so number 2, and this was kind of tough to put 1 or 2 on this. Number 2 for me was Solid Snake from the Metal Gear series. And number 1,
Never played a single one, to be honest.
oh, that's too bad, dude. Number 1 for me is Arthur Morgan. I just fell in love with
Very
that character. I wanted to
Ah,
be that guy. I wanted to be in that story. Just the whole Western riding a horse, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. So just to me, just a great character, just to kind of to enjoy. And I just love the story of the game. I love the game Red Dead Redemption 2. It's not even that old of a game either, so it was almost tough to put him that high. But I just
and he's only in one game, so it's kind of tough.
yeah. Well, when you first said this, I'm like, the first person that popped in my head was Arthur Morgan. So that was kind of why I
that's
had
fair.
to go
That's
with
also who,
number 1. So
who
that's
I had.
just off. That was really kind of going off my gut feeling right away. I just kind of looked at a list of characters, and I was like, I already had 3 people in mind, which was Snake, Arthur Morgan, and Master Chief. And then the other 2 were kind of ones that I then was like, okay, who are my next people that I like? And so that's my top 5. Arthur Morgan, Solid Snake.
That's a good list. That's a good
very-
list.
It is a
You
good
can't-
list.
Very good.
There's not. I honestly I can't really I've never played Legend of Zelda games. I'll be honest, but I understand why someone would like Link. It makes sense. I mean, it's a great list. I have no complaints at all.
I
He's my guy.
think I love the Arthur Morgan one. That's the first game I ever played that I was like an actual gamer that made me cry. I'll admit it. That made me at the beginning of the game. I was like, "Where's John Marston? Who's this Arthur guy?" And at the end, I was like, I like when I was like in high school. I wish I had
You're a good
tuberculosis
man,
so I
Arthur
could be more
Morgan.
like him. That's the dream.
Guy's amazing.
Someday.
All right, who is up next?
I can go next because
Go
I'll
ahead.
have. I like to think I have some that I'll at least have 2 on here that no one else will probably have.
There's no
I
way
like
that.
to think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
I'll say my honorable mention. This was the one that I kind of wanted to sneak in there, but I thought it was cheating. We talked about it before this. As my honorable mention, I put Batman, just because how much I love the Arkham Knight games. So I snuck
Why
him in
are
there
you
as an
not
honorable
starting
mention
at
because he's
5?
not quite. No, I'm starting at
Five.
5.5. Starting at 5.5. I wanted to put Batman in there because he has awesome games, but he's not a video game guy. Not a video game guy. He's a movie guy.
Oh,
Great
gosh.
guy.
Don't
Someone
worry,
say the
Darren.
best.
Darren, don't worry. I have an honorable mention too. I have an honorable
Thank
mention.
you.
as well.
First of all,
See,
we knew
Oh
Austin
my
was going to have an
God,
honorable
I got
mention.
two.
I mean, there was never a
All right.
doubt that Austin was going to
Matt
come
and
in.
Hayden
All
are
right.
both muted,
6 or
Darren.
7
Don't worry.
number 5.
Oh,
I
okay.
have of my.
God damn it!
That's number 1. We're not there yet. Hayden. Now who's the goober? Now who's not in focus? Look what you've done.
Number 5. What do you got?
Number 5. I got Sly Cooper.
Ooh, that's a good
I
one.
loved the Sly Cooper games
That's a
as a
good
kid.
one.
I thought these were awesome. Like, I used to hate on that little turtle bastard that kept giving me missions. All I wanted to do was just go around and beat the crap out of Moose and stuff. Love Sly Cooper. A lot of nostalgia there. Number 4. Again, this is my personal list. Simon Ghost Riley. When Modern Warfare 2 came out, I was obsessed with Ghost.
Damn, I didn't even think about putting him on my list. Shit.
Like, I thought I had to put one COD guy on there because, like, Price or Soap or something. But I was like, nah, let's go with, like, the cool guy.
Yeah.
I love Simon Ghost. Not the new games. I don't really care for him because he's British. And, like, just super awful. Like, the old one was British, too, but, like, the new one's mask is so... It's very spirit of Halloween-y. The old one was just a lot more intimidating because he wasn't scary looking.
And low res.
Like, he had the skull mask, but, like, he still, like, looked like a normal... Like, he just didn't do, like, obscure stuff. He was, like, the guy that was just a torture guy, so I loved him for that. Number 3, I'm putting Arthur Morgan.
Ooh.
I'm only putting him number 3 because he
Wow.
only has one game. The other 2 guys
Yeah.
have franchises.
That's all he needs.
Arthur Morgan only had one game.
It's on the list twice already. Just saying.
I wish that he
Um,
would have had another game, but a prequel, maybe Red Dead 3 will be another prequel of the other prequel.
No, that's not
Indeed.
happening.
Indeed. There is a
But
story
you
before
play
this.
as Dutch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Darren. You say Arthur Morgan's 3, right? And you just said that the other 2 are franchises.
Mhm.
I'm guessing right now.
The other 2 are super obvious.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, number 2. See, this is where it gets tough for me. I'm gonna put Master Chief number 2. I love Halo. Halo was awesome. Master Chief's my guy.
Can you do your Trump impersonation right there? About Halo. Halo
That
loves
was
you.
the most monotone. I love
He's-
Halo.
He's very passionate. He was talking to Master Chief right then. He's like,
He was edging
love
himself just
Halo.
talking about it.
Hold on. Everybody shut up for a second.
look, he's crying, tearing up. I love Halo.
I love it.
It did so much for me. No, not really. I love the Master Chief. Great guy. One of the Spartans of all time, some might say. One of the Spartans of all time. You know, if he would be my Homeland Security leader. Very good guy, very great guy, some would say. Some say. I don't know about me. I don't know if I'd say that, but some would say he's a great guy.
Shoot.
No,
That's
I
good.
mean, I was like little when it happened, but I even remember when Halo 3's midnight release happened because my cousins were older, and like they went to like the midnight release of the GameStop in Aberdeen, and like that was so cool. And like I remember like the story development for Master Chief, like the beginning games, he was like the demon and was just doing all this cool one-line shit. To like the Halo Infinite, even though it's kind of an awful game, it showed the human side of Master Chief. Because like he gets like humiliated, and like literally the start of Halo 6 is him losing the war and like humanity pretty much going extinct, and like having to like forgive people and teach people how to save humanity was like so awesome to me. So I love that the new game showed the human side to him. So love Master Chief just
Man,
because.
what's your number 1 then? I think I know what it is.
Obvious.
I think I
It's
know.
obvious, I think, too, yeah.
Okay,
Obvious.
Matt, what do you think it is? What's obvious?
Well, so I don't know the name of it, but I'm guaranteeing it's from, oh my gosh, why can't I think of the movie now, or the game?
The fact that I know what you're talking
Just
to, and the
talked
fact you
about it.
referred to the movie pisses me off.
Yeah, the terrible
Oh.
movie. But as you guys
Uncharted.
said,
Uncharted.
Nathan Drake.
Uncharted. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uncharted.
Nathan Drake is my
Nathan
number
Drake.
one
That's it. I wanted to say
video
Nathan,
game
but I couldn't think
character
his
of all
last name.
time. I wanted to be Nathan Drake, and I still want to be Nathan Drake really bad. If I could be one video game character, it'd be Nathan Drake. His charisma and his swagger and all the stuff he's done. Because all the video game guys is super there's probably a guy out there that literally does what Nathan Drake does for a living. Like, there's some guy out there with crazy adventuring story. Matt, I think he got interrupted, so we're just gonna pretend like he's not gone. But Nathan Drake is just so cool. He has such a cool swagger about him. He was always had a cool hairdo and always got the hot ladies. And I'm just Darren. So I love Nathan Drake, and plus also nostalgia. Like I said, I still haven't even touched. There's literally dust on my PS5 because I'm so scared to finish Uncharted 4
You have
because
to.
it's just a legacy.
It's a great game.
That game, the
It's so
Uncharted
good.
series, has taken me 12 years to play.
That's facts.
All right, I can't finish it yet because that's just a part of me that dies. But Nathan Drake is my number one. My
I like
personal number one.
All right, Hayden, you want to go? Or do you want me to go?
You can go. I might change one.
Okay.
You can't change
All right.
him.
He's gonna change it to Darren.
Yeah, but
Darren is
I
in
remember
every
some
Fallout
old
game
ones
that's ever
that
existed.
I have, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
All
Remember,
right.
it's personal. It's personal. No one can judge.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with my honorable mention. I really want to put this up there, but I just couldn't do it to myself. So my honorable mention is Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War.
I knew.
The Gears of War games.
Knew someone's gonna
Marcus
say that.
Phoenix.
See, I thought about doing him. I
And
did.
If you play Gears of War, I know Matt hasn't, so I'm gonna be careful what I say. But Gears of War 3,
Emotional.
Just the tech.
Emotional.
like bawling your eyes out. I was 13 years old. Great game, great series. Marcus Phoenix is. I feel bad for this series, man, because the series is dying. It's dead. It doesn't exist no more, which makes me
There's no
sad.
one coming out. What are you talking about?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Is there?
Yeah, they're remaking Gears of War.
Oh.
So it's him back the day D-Day before when it all started,
Mhm.
which makes me almost want to get an Xbox solely for that reason. But I mean the continuous story of Gears of War 6 and so on and so forth. That story, I think they killed pretty much. But the fact they're bringing it back, that trailer, I got so emotional seeing them together, Marcus and Dom.
You know
Just-
what
It hits.
I
It hits
hated
hard.
about those games? The Carmichaels were always my favorite characters. And they almost every single game, one of them died. All these
Yeah.
brothers kept dying, except for Gears of War 3, one of them lived.
Yeah.
The big juggernaut guy
Yeah.
lived. But
So,
my favorite one in Gears of War 2, the one that was all scrawny and just trying his hardest, it pissed me off that they always just.
That's why I
Kill
want.
them.
That's why I
Hits
want
you
Matt.
hard, bro.
I want Matt to play those games, play those stories. The first three, just the first three.
The first three are the only ones that count. 4
play
and
the
5 I've
story.
never even
They're
touched.
on Game Pass. Do co-op. Play with one Darren or Hayden. You'll have such a great time. So my honorable mention is Marcus Phoenix. My number 5. Start it all up. We have. This is kind of 5 and 4, so we'll go quick. Number 5 is Ellie from The Last of Us. The story is great. She's a great character in the game. It's probably one of my favorite PlayStation games in general.
I can't stand her.
Yeah, you're
think
crazy. Number 4 is the main guy, Joel. You can't have Ellie without Joel. Joel is great. His character, you feel for him. The beginning of the game, it rips your heart out immediately, and you already feel for the man. He's likable. He's just a great guy all around. So number 4 goes to Joel. Now here we go. Number 3 is Arthur Morgan.
Oh, look
As
at
well.
that. He's on the list again.
We all knew he was on the list. I think as somebody who bought Red Dead 2 and disliked it, did not like the game, played 5 hours, wasn't a fan, turned it off, and then let me finish, Hayden, calm down. And one day, like 2 years later, after buying it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try again. Maybe I'm missing something. Tried again, fell in love with it. It's a great game. Arthur Morgan is an amazing character. So he's my number 3. Number 2 is Kratos. And Kratos as not the original 3 that everyone loves, but Kratos now. Dad Kratos is the best Kratos. That's my opinion. Dad Kratos is the best Kratos. The whole story, everything with it is amazing. And the number 1 to finish it off, the same one as Darren, Nathan Drake, Uncharted. You can't go wrong. You can't.
I love that. I love
Nathan
that.
Drake, the whole story, all of them. It's great. They're funny. They're silly, but they can get so serious. And he's just like, it's just a great story, great character that unfortunately Sony and live action shot to hell. So, but we'll see. But yeah, that's my list. All right, Hayden.
Beautiful list. Sucked. Anyways, my list.
Mute him again. God damn
Yeah,
it.
he's gonna have like Sonic.
This
And
is
like,
supposed to be a no
Donkey
Never played a
Kong.
Sonic game in my life.
No
Somebody's
judgment.
judging-
And
someone's judging
immediately
her.
goes, wow.
Leave it to the guy that showed up late.
Well,
You did say 8:30, and I got here at 8:29.
I never said 8:30. I always said
yeah, I
7.
don't think we ever said that.
never
I saw
said
something
was
at 8:30. I'm like, all right, 8:30.
No, I think you said you were getting on that
late.
8:30.
Yeah.
That's what he
You
saw.
saw your own
He saw
message.
himself. Yeah, he saw his own message.
All right. Top
All
5.
right, top 5. My top 5 is Kratos. Who saw
Hey,
that
that's right,
coming?
mine.
Everybody. Yep. Yeah, I love Daddy Kratos. I like the stories. I've never played it once in my life. I played the third one once before. Yeah, it was okay. And then I started watching gameplay of the new ones. Love it. Yeah. Number 4.
So
Never even played the game.
suspenseful. But
Yeah,
dramatic.
like I watched the gameplay. Like I watched both games through gameplay. I was like, and the guy didn't speak once, which was awesome. But
Oh,
it looks
really?
fun.
If I watch a gameplay, I gotta watch the Rad Brad. I'm loyal like that. I've been watching him
We're not
since I
doing
was like
shout-outs.
fourth grade. All right.
Shut up.
You know
no
what,
free
Hayden?
shout-outs.
You're just lucky you're here. All right. Calm down.
And number 4 is, you guys will never see this one coming, ever.
Jimmy Neutron.
That's a good one. Damn it! I knew I should have put. It is Trevor from GTA 5.
Wow.
That's the most Hayden pick ever. You seem like you like Trevor the most.
Yeah, and when I was like, yeah, don't you guys love Trevor? And it was like, Trevor's like an asshole. I'm like, yes, that's the point. Like, if you think of GTA 5, like Trevor's like one of the top things that you think of because he made the story so interesting and creative. Like you didn't know what the next mission with him specifically was, and then when him and Michael joined together, it's like, the tension. Oh my gosh, the lovemaking. It's intense. Number 3, Vito Scaletta from Mafia 2.
All right.
Should I say more? Okay.
All right. What's your next one?
my number 2.
It's gonna be like Mike Wazowski or some shit.
No, it'd be something
It's
worse.
Steve from Minecraft.
Oh my gosh. Is it?
The
Is
dialogue.
I don't want to play anymore.
What's your number 2? I want to hear it now. So
It
bad.
is Master Chief.
Okay,
All right.
there
I
you
wrote
go.
Master
Yeah.
Chef though. Or, yeah. So I had to look at it for a second. I'm like Gordon Ramsay.
The first like 5 minutes of this, everyone laughed at me for like 5 minutes because I completely butchered a word.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Chivalry 2. This man says some fucking stupid.
Shaverty.
Shaverly too.
Have you played
a game called Shavery 2?
It wasn't even that. It was like, have you played Kyvery?
Kyvery?
I'm like, do you mean chivalry? Oh,
No,
gosh.
Master
That-
Chief. Just
oh,
like
man.
what you guys were talking about, like his story, and then like just the mixture with like Cortana, like those two iconic duos, like just.
Plus, like one thing about Master Chief, which PlayStation is kind of different because when you think of
It's
Xbox,
stupid.
like Master Chief's the poster boy. You know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think we even have any other like people that you even think of. Like, people get an Xbox to play Halo.
That's the problem because we have one guys, and then
Yeah.
PS5 or 4
PS5,
has like a
Yeah,
lineup.
PlayStation has like the whole boxes full of people, and then
Yeah.
they put like Master Chief on the Xbox.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
Yeah,
That's all you
that's
need.
what we need.
You only need one. Keep it simple, stupid.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my number one, and a popular pick, is Arthur Morgan. Yeah. I love that
No
guy.
surprise there. Yeah.
Another
No, I-
episode. Thank you, everybody that's tuning in, listening, checking us out, commenting, leaving likes, subscribing. We appreciate all the love and the support.
I love you.
Good luck,
As
editing
always, with you today is
Hayden.
Austin.
Matt
And Darren.
and Jared joining us tonight as well. So appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We'll see you.
Be okay.